Hey guys, what's up? It's Casey at the Guardian Oracle. It's been a few days. Glad to be back on here. How's everybody doing? Boy, it has been a long last few days, and when I say long, I don't mean it I mean it in an achievement sense, I guess, is what I would say. Hey, Hot Rod. What's up, Wade? Got on here a little early, see? I wasn't even late this time. I found something really cool. I was sitting here meditating with my guides, and I was, after not being at the table for a few days, things kind of got, I don't know. I wouldn't say because I'm in the spirit, but I've been dealing with, the construction business, and great-grandpa, he's about to pass away. We moved him down into a, what do you call those? Basically where he has full care. And he just really hasn't been in it for the last couple days, and that's been hard on the family. And so trying to, be there for others and try to realize that death, it comes to all of us, but within death there's always a rebirth, right? And it's just been like a really energy of peace and solitude, to be quite honest. Busy. We're about to start my neighbor's remodel. We finally got the insurance adjuster to go through with that shenanigans, which was a freaking joke. Spirit team, I light this with the intentions of amplifying the third eye and crown chakra, please. I'm going to do something a little different today. I found this poem. I was sitting here channeling messages, and I remembered this poem, during my active addiction, a poem that really got me through a really hard time. And boy, when you listen to something and then you re-listen to it, how it always rings true in a different aspect for you depending on what you're going through at that time. Well, this is one of those poems, and I was sitting here and I wanted to keep writing because I do love poetry, and for some reason, it's for a specific reason, that poem was brought back up in my head. So I'm actually going to play that poem for you guys. But before I do that, I'm going to clear this energy. I did go get some new crystals I want to share with you guys. And I've experienced a lot of really amazing anomalies and crazy synchronicities that are just so on point. And I love getting on here and sharing them with you guys. All right. Holy Spirit, holy angels of the highest bright light, I call you into this space. I ask that you would get me out of the way so that I could deliver the messages that are nothing but of truth and for the highest good of the collective and all that would hear these messages in the divine right timing when they hear it. Archangel Michael, I call you in to guard the gates and protect any portals that I may open as I channel. I ask that you would just protect the space of myself and the listeners as we move through these shifts together and we start to tap into the divine. Thank you so much for all of my listeners. I'm just grateful to have you guys all. I love you. I missed you guys. It's been a few days. This is kind of like, I don't know, when you come to the dinner table and it's Thanksgiving and you haven't seen family in a long time and you get to catch up, and that's kind of just how it feels for me, energetically speaking. So, like somebody commented, I'm going to call in the angels with my sacred prayer. Some think that I'm summoning demons, but I just want to let you guys know that use your judgment, okay? I don't summon demons on my channel. Absolutely not. So here we go. Spirit's laughing. He's like, of course you were going to say that. It's just me. I just thought that was cute. Te pareke o te she o te onano ma ye ke te atre te amonona ye ke ye she ke te apoyana ya. Te parake te o sho papa ye ke te ananana ye. Pitara ke shoko papa ya nanana ye ke te apashi ke te otupa ye na ya. Azra ke drote ro shodro ke apate manana ye ke te pi. So mote be. Ooh, I seen the violet flame when I closed my eyes. It was very violet purple, and the outside ring of it had like a pinkish red around it. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to play you guys this poem. It's about 2 minutes, but I know that this is going to really hit home for some of you. Before I do that, I'm going to give a shout out to my family. So, Wade, hello, family connected consciousness. Wade, so glad you're in here. Hot Rod, I love you. Tay Tay, what's up? Hey, everybody. Wade says, my dreaming is extra vivid, perhaps. Prepare to witness the unveiling of the hidden truths. Absolutely. Essie, hi, beautiful. Hi, soul family. KK, good day to everybody. Oh, I love that you guys talk to each other. This makes me so happy. You know, we've been on here for a couple months now, and we're starting to really pull together. I make an intention with my channel that only those that are in alignment with my soul and with the messages that are to come through the wave of the information that I share would be gathered here, and divine right timing. So for those of you that have been here since day one, I love you guys. You're so devoted. And for those that are new here, welcome. My name is Casey. I'm a psychic medium. I am an ancient soul. I am a starseed Pleiadian. I am incarnated on many other planets and existences other than just this one. I am remembering. I am a part of this journey. You guys, we are all equal and we are all one soul. I'm happy to be here. I do give personal reads. You can find that information in the description box, or there is, I'll just give it to you right now. It's Angel Dynasty, the number 33 at gmail.com, all lowercase. If you're interested in a personal read, it's a personal video that will get sent directly to you. It's about an hour long. And whatever you want to, your intention for that read is, we'll go over that, and that'll allow me to call in your guides and to be more specific. I have gotten a lot of emails back from the personal reads I have done. Thank you guys so much for all the beautiful things you send me and say in our conversations. I have some reads that I need to get done as a, well, that was weird. My computer just cut out. Some personal reads that I do need to get done, and I emailed those of you who still have them coming. With my grandfather passing away here any day, it's been a lot, so I just kind of trust and follow spirit. That was so weird. Oh yeah, because my cord's not plugged in. Stand by. Get your shit together, Casey. Actually, I probably should plug in my phone while I'm at it. I don't know why when I'm on a live, my phone like sucks the drainage way down, and I don't know if that's because I don't know if that's because of spirit or what, but it doesn't do that any other time. Like I can listen to YouTube all night or other things, and my shit don't die. So I don't know if that's just what the hell that is. So I'm gonna make sure I plug it in so I can get the full message out. We'll charge that laptop. I had it plugged in for like 30 minutes, but I guess it wasn't plugged into the cord, so yay me. Alright, so this poem, I'll go with this first, and then I'll play that. Today I got a lot of messages, and they were really different, and it was crazy the way that they were coming in because it was so crystal clear when I was hearing them. And, well, there's a few I had to ask again. I was like, what is that, spirit? Can you say it louder? Can you say it louder? And they came through, and I actually Googled a word that was somewhat close. And it came up on the technology. I didn't say it right, but the way it came up was exactly, once I read it, is what I heard. I just couldn't put it together. So that's kind of crazy how spirit works through the technology. Redacted was the first word I got. And I've been hearing that for the last 3 days. To obscure or remove. Kinesiology was the word that I couldn't hear all the way. And that is the study of the human body. Sacred activist. Archetype. And then after I heard that, they actually said the perfect archetype. Downspout. Ashes, ashes, we all fall down. And I felt like, I don't know if that's somebody who's going to be cremated, because I did have passed on loved ones come in, and I actually made a section this time about passed on loved ones and messages that were coming through, and I could tell the energy change from my spirit guides to that different frequency. So I don't know if that was, I want to say a fire, like of some sort, and I don't know what that means. If that's actually going to be something that physically happens, a fire somewhere and something burns down, or it'll be a nationwide thing. I do think that some of you will hear about that, but I did hear that, and that was kind of what came to my mind's eye. But they also showed me rebuilding after that. So I don't know exactly if that, they showed me rebuilding the house and the structures. So I don't know if that was a metaphorical or something that was actual literal. Supernatural abilities. Small spider crawling. Divinity and divinely orchestrated. Specks of light. Abstract. The name Joanne keeps coming through. And I finally wrote it down, but I get Joanne a lot. So I don't know if that's for somebody who's going to finally find this channel and get the confirmation that they're looking for, or if that has something to do with any of the collective that's watching this, and then that's something that they're going to actually see and observe. Meet somebody in that might be on the soul path, or in alignment with what you guys have going on. I'm going to open up my other shed door. How to unplug my light out here. I'm about to get electricity in my shed soon as I start getting my electrician here for this remodel. So I will actually have outlets now through an extension cord from the shop to here. We just make it work, right? White hills, the mountaintop, undying love, everlasting memories, and then I put an exclamation point after that, and that was definitely for somebody, is to remember the everlasting memories. The numbers that I got when I was going through this was 635. And for some of you, might need to add up all of the numbers and then check the number in its entirety. 612, 292, the number 8, and the number 66. Very well balanced. To love and hold a rose, we must appreciate the thorns. And then this is where my guides kind of started bringing in the spirituality part of this during these channeled messages. The spirituality. I swear my brain is like in a different dimension sometimes. Lately, especially, it's just been in and out. It's crazy. But I get that came out for a reason. For the poetry. Never-ending story. Let yourself be loved. Let yourself love and be loved. And that was pretty prominent when it came out. Along with that saying is the aura color of like a orange and yellow mixed together, very bright color. And then from the loved ones, the passed on loved ones, the messages that I got where I felt the energy shift. I heard, see you on the other side. You have always sparkled in my eyes. Goodbye is for now, not forever. So I felt like somebody definitely needed to hear that. Are we coming up to Mercury retrograde? Because I have felt like... Oh, my son's calling me on Snapchat. Okay, here we go. I'm going to read this to you guys. I'm not going to read this to you. I'm going to play it for you guys. Sorry. I don't know. It's like I'm here, but it's so weird. It's like I am combining the energies of being on different dimensions at the exact same time. Has anybody else experienced that? I don't know. That's just crazy. Okay. So this poem is called If by Rudyard Kipling, and I love this poem. So this is for somebody, so I'm going to play it and let you guys.
If by Rudyard Kipling. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too, if you can wait and not be tired by waiting, or being lied about, don't deal in lies, or being hated, don't give way to hating, and yet don't look too good, nor talk too wise. If you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim, If you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two impostors just the same. If you can bear to hear the truth you've spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your life to broken, and stoop and build them up with worn-out tools. If you can make one heap of all your winnings, and risk it on one turn of pitch and toss, and lose and start again at your beginnings, and never breathe a word about your loss. If you can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve your turn long after they are gone, and so hold on when there is nothing in you except the will which says to them, hold on. If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings, nor lose the common touch, if neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you, if all men count with you, but are none too much, if you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, yours is the earth and everything that's in it. And, which is more, you'll be a man, my son.
I don't know if you guys could hear that good, but for those of you wondering what it's called the poem If, and it's by Rudyard Kipling. And they just actually brought another one to my mind. This is so weird because I never do this. But I feel like I need to play it if I can find it. I'll have to find it for you guys. God, it's called is that it, in there in the poem he talks about is that you. I feel like this need to, I feel like somebody is searching or looking for you, and I don't know if this is in a spiritual sense that I'm picking up on, but I feel like it is. I feel like, and I'm talking about being in and out of dimensions, or that somebody is searching and looking or having these experiences of being in between realms, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I don't know if that resonates with any of you guys. If that resonates with you, well, leave a comment so that I know, okay? Because that does help me out. Okay. Here we go. Holy Spirit, holy angels, for the collective, the messages they need most now. I ask for the truth and the truth only from the highest realms, from the highest bright light. For the highest good of the collective, Holy Spirit, messages they need most right now. Sacred geometry. I feel like we're getting into a lesson again from Spirit. I guess they are saying like a lesson, the teachings. I heard the teachings of Christ. Christ represented embodiment of love and high vibrational frequency. Number 51, consult somebody else. We all have intuitive blind spots. No single person can intuitively understand a situation from every angle. Gain fresh insights about old, stubborn, or frustrating issues by seeking advice from others with sensitive intuition. Also seek out professionals with practical experience and advanced knowledge specifically pertaining to an issue. Ask for help. Number 51, that is a 6. I feel like June is going to be a very important month where some of you are going to have an interaction, and I'm hearing having to do with the star systems or being in the starlight. Something about the stars. Spirit, guide me, please. Sacred geometry. Stargate. I'm hearing starlight, star bright. I wish I may, I wish I might. I wish on the first star I see tonight. Maybe a wish is coming true in June for some of you. Maybe questions that you've been seeking or asking will be coming to the forefront from your innermost parts of yourself. Number 3, I'm hearing body, mind, and spirit. Expect heightened sensitivity. Expect to receive more intuitive guidance via your feelings or clairsentient psychic pathways now, like feeling other people's emotions as your own. Easily sensing the energy of spaces or experiencing physical intuitive sensations like the chills. This temporary shift helps you navigate change. Your sixth sense is supporting you during a transition phase. The phase. And right now what they're showing me is like going in between the body, the mind, and the spirit. It's shifting between those three. What they're showing me now is like the murky button. Actually, I went to this rock shop today and I got this selenite crystal, and I have never seen a selenite crystal. I asked my guide, Opal, I said, guide me to the crystals that I need most, that are drawn. Okay, there's no accidents. This was placed there specifically for me. This was made for me. Okay, I know this. I know that this origin of this crystal, you just know. When you ask, you'll receive. I have a thing with pyramids, but this is so different. And this lady that was selling them, she was leading me to a bunch of crystals, like stuff. She had some angel wing crystals, and she kept talking about angels. Why I was right there, and she didn't know a lot about any other crystal. She kept having to ask her daughter. But when she got to the angel wing crystal, and it was the way she was guiding me around the table. Oh, or look at this one, or I don't need coffee. Sometimes I just touch my crystals. And she was talking. Literally, I talk about spirit guides coming in and shifting right into physical form in the specific right time you need. And I feel like we're talking about expecting heightened sensitivity. But what they're showing me, I cannot think of the name of the tourmaline, I believe. And I've never had a piece like this. And the bottom of it, my neighbor was showing me, it's so interesting in the light, but what they're showing me in this energetic field, which it reminds me of dimensions too, as above, right, the bigger above, so below. These are two different frequencies that these crystals hold, but it's like they're still connected in one, is what they're showing me right now. I have to look up the name of this. I should have wrote them down before I got on here. This beautiful heart stone. What is that called? Butterscotch cyanite or citrine, butterscotch citrine today. This has a really unique name. It's an agate, but I can't remember the exact name of it. I'll have to look them up. But these are the 3 things that I was drawn to today. I feel like talking to you guys about, Wade had made a comment on one of my posts about, do you have specific stones for protection? And I think that protection is great. I think protection, these things do help amplify, and they're fun, and they can help in a lot of ways amplify certain things. But the belief within them, right, it's our intention for these things that we incorporate into our lives. I feel like there's this innate need within the collective to start surrounding their space, or clearing out clothes that don't fit, or clearing out, old knickknacks that, have been hand-me-down, or probably your parents, or old china, and making a sacred space for yourself to be able to have a place for this heightened intuition to start coming through. And I feel like that has been something big on the collective, is you guys are starting to be universally aware of the things that Spirit's like in my nose with a feather right now. So I know that I'm hitting on something. Bring it back, Spirit. You guys are incorporating your life with specific things that are going to help you, and these things that you're finding or going to buy or order or claiming this space, it's not by chance. It's all divinely orchestrated, which is one of the words that I had channeled earlier. As he says, on June 3rd, as you were, Wade's talking to Essie. on June 3rd, the 6th planet alignment. Wade, can you explain what the 6th planet alignment is to us in the comments? Because I've seen you posting that um, when 6 of the planets align directly. August 5th through the 27th is the next Mercury retrograde. Interesting. Okay, let's keep moving because we're talking about heightening our intuition, receiving love from the other side. And that is one thing that came through today because I don't, normally when I write my channeled messages, if I have specific messages from passed on loved ones or it comes through and somebody asks me a question, it's the only time I really have them come through. Only when I write names will I get like, write it from my guides. And they just repeat the name. Not my guides, as you are. From whatever energy is trying to bring a message through for clarification. And the most of the time, the only reason that they do that is if they know that that person is going to be entangled with this specific video at a specific time. They already know the alignment, because when we get to the other side, we are all knowing, right? The sacred geometry of life. Okay, so receiving number 56, which is 11, is my yes number. Receiving love from the other side. Loved ones who've passed on are eager to connect with you through synchronicities, dreams, music, and nature. You may also feel their spirit as an energy shift, physical sensations, or wave of strong emotion. Certain loved ones now act as spiritual guardians, sending you wisdom and blessings. Love never dies. That's probably why I said spirit guides. And then I said loved ones. I'm going to read from that. I'm being told to read from that. Minimize energy drains. Number 49. Number 13, 4. You could be a Cancer, or this could be something that's going on in your home space at this time. Who, what, and where drains your physical and psychic energy? Is there a person, commitment, bad habit, food, place, thought pattern, or internal attitude that defeats or depletes you? Ask your intuition to identify drains in your life through words, pictures, feelings, and knowings, or via synchronicity. Support your adrenals. And we're talking about in your asking your intuition, asking your guides, asking your higher self for that discernment. And what you're going to ask for if you're not very sure and you're kind of more, you're a little bit newer to spirituality, it's a little uncomfortable getting out there and asking our guides initially for the help that we need, because I remember the first time I sat down, I'm like, spirit guides, angels, it's me, Casey, hi. Like, they haven't been sitting in my room with me my entire life, on this earth. But, I can hear them giggling right now because it was so foreign. But for those of you that are interested in how to ask them to identify what drains your energy, or anything else in your life if you're asking and speaking with your guides through words that other people may say or you might hear on the TV or that you may read. Pictures that you see, like the tree behind me is poking out for some reason. That's going to be significant for somebody. Feelings that you get are big. And we talked over here about the goosebumps and the chills. And knowings, just you have this knowing, you just know, I know it was them, I know it was them. Or synchronicities. Nature plays a big role too, calling on, butterfly spirits or the hawk spirit, or, just know that you have an ability to ask. If you ask, you will receive. It's a asking, right? There's nothing that the Creator does not want us to have unless it's not in perfect timing for us to have it. But when you set an intention, you're manifesting your way to that specific intention. Especially when it's for the higher good of all. The universe is more likely to move that forward and move that a lot quicker than if it's like, I want a Lamborghini with butterfly doors. Yeah, they're probably going to be like, I don't know what you're going to do with that. But if you say, hey, could you help me with a couple $1,000s or a car so that I can start this business or this project, or start my YouTube channel, or buy a table for my Reiki healing sessions, or, ask and make your attention behind it, because they already know what you're doing. But a part of it is communicating with spirit and knowing that's there too. And sometimes that can be really hard when we're feeling isolated and alone, or misunderstood, or even those thoughts of fear that creep in, like, this is crazy, I'm crazy, I can't believe that I'm saying these, where am I getting this shit from? People are like, dude, you're crazy, and those And you start remembering what people have said to you in your previous, when you're coming out of the dark night of the soul, or you're going into it, and you're starting to have your very first awakening. It is really scary to start, because you're between the linear brain and the um, subconscious mind, right? You're in between what makes sense and what's already stored and what you already know. Maybe you've just forgotten, and you're trying to balance them out, because we're taught and programmed that this doesn't make sense. That's not true. There's no angels, you know what I mean? They're only in heavens. Why would they be down here? We have to reprogram our brain, and that's what's so hard. And sometimes that can keep us from getting close to spirit. But also, that's the one thing that can keep us from getting, or can keep us getting closer to spirit, for those that have that curiosity, right? Those ones that want to go all in and seek and find, and that undying love. You can ask spirit, Holy Spirit, my spirit guides, Creator, I just ask that you would fill every fiber of my being with your love. Come over my body and saturate me with your wisdom and your love. Allow me the truth to come through in all ways. I ask you to show me. You have a right to ask, Spirit. It's your own divine birthright. You are a part of Spirit. So waking up to that is your divine birthright. There's nothing, no one, and no one thing that can stand in your way when you're truly seeking truths. And I promise you that there is absolutely nothing. The only thing that can do that is yourself, fear, and doubt. And those do creep in. And what you do when you're having that is you replace it with a positive thought. Well, I don't see how that's going to happen. As you were. I know that if I keep asking, Spirit, you're going to show me. I can feel you. I know that you want me to know. I love you. Thank you for this time I spend with you. Flies just came out of the middle of nowhere and flied up from underneath my table. That's so crazy. Yes, number 56. That's 11. That's my yes number. I do feel like on a collective level that there's a lot of really delving within the spirit and within the dream state and within the signs and the gazing off into the sunset or listening to a bird, in the midst of all your guys' craziness and in your lives. And I know you guys have jobs that keep you busy, and you guys aren't all business owners that can do your own thing. Right now, it's just the way that it is, and it's for a reason. Wherever you're at is for a reason. There's people there that you're going to work coherently with and that you're going to collaborate with. You might not notice it now, but it will happen. My husband's ex-wife, didn't like her. We didn't like each other, and now I love her. She is an amazing soul. I've been her kid's stepmom for 5 years, and getting to know her, she is just a beautiful person. And outside, like judging a cover by the book, she's just an amazing person. But I never would have done that if I didn't start my girls. Like, I gained a really good friend and somebody who's very charismatic and somebody who God just puts them right on your path, whether you're the teacher, I almost said the listener, the teacher, or you're the student. Everything will always align, knowing that you're worthy of the path that you're on and that you can change it at any time with free will and positive thoughts. Taylor, I don't know what that is. Gematria? Probably botched that. On the morning at 4:30 a.m. It will be on the east horizon for all to see. On the morning, tomorrow morning? What did you say? On June 3rd. Okay, at 4:30 a.m. Wade, do you live on the East Coast? Are you on Pacific time or Central Mountain time? Or are you on, I don't even know what the hell time's over there, Eastern time? Ooh, I should know that. I've got Hebrew written on my body. I'm going to look into that. The Hebrew alphabet is so traverse and is so packed filled with a lot of, that is one of the, oh, I said it right, thanks. The Hebrew, I would love to learn to read Sanskrit and Hebrew and write in Hebrew. I think that would be one of the most amazing things. Arizona. That made me want a cactus for some reason. All right, receiving love from the other side. I wanted to read from that one and consult somebody else. I want to talk about this expecting heightened sensitivity. 356 could also be a number for somebody. June, June, June. I just went to 6 instead of 3. Witness and observe. Okay, that's for a reason. Number 3, expected heightened sensitivity. Sometimes our sensitivity, the ability to feel the energies and emotions of others and pick up on subtle physical stimulation, is temporarily heightened. This can happen when you're navigating change or a crisis, making you more alert to all the nuances in your environment. Sensitivity can also be heightened during milestones or peak moments, like when delivering a big speech, enjoying an epic concert with a friend, or giving birth. Your level of sensitivity will probably settle back down to normal unless you are going through a growth spurt. If your sensitivity remains heightened, this will feel natural in time, like a snake shedding an old layer of skin. Temporarily, the new sensitive skin may feel slightly strange to live in. That just said that perfect, didn't it? Action steps to pulling this card. While heightened sensitivity is valuable, it can also be a lot because heightened sensitivity allows you to take in a lot. Slow down to help yourself process all you're picking up on with your own sensitivity. Savor small moments and details. Refine strategies. Less can be more now. Notice your increased sensitivity to the subtle energy in physical spaces, groups of people, or collective issues. Make space for yourself with healthy and engaging solo time to stay centered. Jot down and ponder any helpful insights arriving from your heightened sensitivity that may be useful regarding a current situation or be valuable to incorporate into your life after your sensitivity settles in. Man, and I was just talking to you about like the dark night of the soul, or you know, going through an awakening, how everything can feel so heightened and elevated, and it's almost hard to pay attention. Swear I just seen a car drive by and there's not even a car there. I really feel like even myself is like in the sight part of it, like shifting in between realms. I know it sounds very crazy probably to a lot of you, but there's some things that I've been experiencing that I can't explain at this moment, and some things they're not meant to be explained, you know. Consult somebody else. We all have intuitive blind spots. No single person can intuitively understand every situation. I feel like some of you are asking about that energetically. I've actually been thinking about doing another past life regression myself, just because this time it would be a lot easier, but going to somebody different with a different energy. I really love the first gal that I went to, but I'm being called to do certain things that are really new to me, but I know it's for a reason, so answering the call. If we don't do anything with the things that we're getting intuitively, it makes it really hard for us. The universe, I'm not going to say it's not going to waste your time, because the universe is love, right? They don't think like that, but they do give us these things for a reason, and to put them into action. I still need to do a meditation and go back to when I was being birthed. That was something that was important from my spiritual guru to me, and I do want to, you know, and after she said that, she goes, you know, you're given these things for a reason, and when you act upon them, the universe is more likely to see down more information through you and through the consciousness that you're able to tap into. Remember, we want to call on our guides and archangels and the benevolent beings to help us raise our vibration. Raising our vibration can look like dancing, singing, laughing. Laughter is such a good vibration to be in. Even, have you guys ever just started making yourself laugh like until you start like really laughing so hard, and especially doing it with somebody else? That's such a good vibration to be in, and it just reminds us to have fun down here. You know, it is, we're on a mission, yeah, but at the same time, we want to experience, you know, we want to experience the highs and the lows. Even though the lows suck when we're in them, we wouldn't appreciate the highs without them, and I know you guys already know that. Hi, Theo. Hello from France. Well, hello, you're very welcome. Thank you for being here. Bonjour. Ooh. Those French guys, man, I'll tell you what. You guys, thank you for being here. That's all I'm going to say about that, huh? Hey, what's up, Wes? I was waiting all week. I think we were off on the same days of putting reads out. I'm like, man, I wonder if Wes is going to put a read out, because I just was looking for one of my favorite readers or something that I needed, you know what I mean? And you and my other favorite reader, her name's Moon, actually. I adore her, and I love watching her stuff. Talk about gifted with the extraterrestrial parts of stuff, man. She's insane good, like insane good. And neither one of you guys were putting any content out, and I'm like, okay, well, I've noticed I got kind of caught up with working and stuff too, so I was like, well, it's a collective thing, and that also confirmed for me that we're all in the same wave. Her name's Moon. If you that's all it is on her YouTube channel is Moon, and then she's got like a little green alien face next to Moon. She's absolutely freaking amazing. Her parents are actually like famous singers in a different country, and that girl can sing. When she starts singing on her channel, delivering her message, it's like angel singing. Your whole soul just wakens up. Good day, Taylor. Good day to you, matey. Okay, let's get on task here, right? That's what I love about our channel. We just chill and we get the messages, but we also get to know each other and kind of be silly sometimes. So I love you guys. Okay, consult somebody else. Number 51. Expanded meaning. You might be in over your head on certain issues, and DIY fix now will cause more headaches later. Get support from professionals with bona fides, like advanced training or a long track record of successful working in a particular field. Regarding intuition, you may be too close to the situation. That happens to me all the time. Or have been grappling with it for so long that your third eye isn't seeing clearly. Ask a loved one or a colleague with strong intuition what they suggest, or consult a professional intuitive. Always run anyone else's intuitive advice through your filter of common sense, intuition, discernment, your past experiences in this world, the advice of experts, and above all, your own intuition. Others can provide fresh information, tools, and intuitive insights now that will yield breakthrough results. Don't waste time and resources trying to figure it all out on your own. Sometimes self-reliance is knowing when to ask for help. Absolutely. I think I could be in a very egotistical state, especially a few years ago, where I didn't want to ask for help because, the world teaches us that that's weak, but that is just the exact opposite. People like feeling helpful. People like being leaned on. People like to know that they matter and that they feel important. Absolutely. Action steps to pulling this card. Time to admit you may be stumped on an issue. If you are stuck in a metaphorical ditch in an area of your life, call somebody to tow you out. Asking for help and admitting you can't resolve something on your own can make you feel vulnerable and bring up control issues. Be kind to your inner child now. Remind yourself that the beauty of humanity and humility is in its interconnectedness. Someone might have a soul contract to help you now with a specific issue. Don't freeze or shut down. Stay open and ask grace to send signs about how and where to meet more assistance. Ask other people for their intuitive take on a situation, including asking friends casually, and then write down all the different angles in your journal and consider which of them are most helpful. Especially pay attention to intuitive perspectives from others who you have never considered before. Approach old issues in new ways for best results now. Stay grounded by making changes carefully and methodically as you consider alternative avenues for getting your needs met. Don't attempt to use your intuition as a shortcut around professional advice. This is not the time to go alone. Learn to lean on others. My crown chakra is like zzz, and I just told you guys, like I do want to get in a past life regression for a very specific reason, because living in the past, you can get caught in that. And Akashic records too. There's a few very specific dreams. Last night I was actually having a dream before my phone rang this morning, and normally my phone's always on silent. And it was my mother-in-law. I guess my son had lost his phone, and some little boy found it in Oregon because he's down in Oregon. And anyways, it woke me up. But in my dream, I was with my guide Opal, and she was showing me how to work. It was blue and purple energy. It looked like lightning bolts, kind of almost. And she was talking to me about my gift of humility, and the empathy is in the collective. And I think we were even talking about the channel and being different. My intention was, last night before I went to sleep with my guides, is to set me on the path, and get me completely out of the way. I want to be a help to humanity. I want to be able to help others learn and grow and deliver messages that their hearts and souls need most right now. Not by my own doing or seeking it out on my own, but by receiving it, being open enough to receive the messages to deliver to others. And a lot of those messages that come through hit on the most humiliating things that have happened to me in my life that I share with you guys. And that's kind of what they're talking about, is having the humility in things, and that was a collective energy that was really going about right now. Maybe we don't have all of the answers, but sometimes just holding space for somebody to run their thoughts on you, just like we were talking about with consult somebody else. It doesn't mean you have to go buy a reading, or you know what I mean. Like I want to do. People offer, and they have unique, special talents and gifts, and for some people to be able to do that, they do charge. If I didn't have to build houses and I could collaborate or find a way, like I want to do once a month, be able to give away 2 free readings. I would love to do that as we start moving on down, and maybe even pick a few that have already got readings and give them like a 30-minute reading, just to pick me up. And my spirit guides will guide me, or I'll have you guys pick a number, but just incorporating new things within the channel, teaching one another, about grace and compassion for one another. But the dreams that I've been having have been really important. And I was traveling yesterday, and like I was talking to you guys about this new selenite that I got, and I've never seen a pyramid like this, and it reminds me when I seen it, and I'm going to tell you exactly what I heard when I heard this. When I was traveling, I've built RVs for 5 years. As I was traveling, I'm behind a semi, and we come around, and I see the back of this RV, and I've never seen it before. It was a toy hauler, and in the back of it, it said Starship on it, is what it was called, a starship. And I was like, that's just so synchronistic. And I can't remember if it was the car in front of me, or it was very close to that proximity. I kept seeing 4s, 777, 2233. So I was like, okay, Spirit's about to show me something, because I know when the numbers align on license plates, or I start seeing like 2 hawks in a row flying into, as I'm traveling down the road, I know something else is coming, because they got a bird's eye view. So I try to look at what that spirit animal would mean to me. They're seeing something that I'm not, and I'm about to be shown. And then if my phone dings and goes off, I'll be ready. That I'll feel that energy in here, and I'll know, okay, it's about to come. They're going to show me. Outside of just the clairaudience and me being able to hear, a lot of it is sensing too. And soon as I seen Starship, and then soon as I seen this today at the farmer's market, I went there for potatoes, and or tomato plants, and I came home with freaking a Starship selenite crystal. So don't ever underestimate the universe and what it might bring to you, and how your guides could incorporate very specific things that are meant exactly for you. You will find a way. If you don't have the money for it, trust me, they will make a way. If it's something that's meant to be in your life and used as a tool to help you, and especially on an ascension process through spirituality and moving forward, that is definitely it will happen. It's all about the faith, man. We talk about faith on here all the time. Having the faith and remaining firm and grounded in your beliefs, that you might not have all the answers right now. You might not know exactly what it looks like, and it's 90% of the time is because we are so close to the situation. I had another reader get a hold of me, and she was asking me if I could give her a reading. because she just has a hard time reading for herself. And I said, absolutely. And I've done that before. I've only gotten one personal read from somebody before. And her channel's actually, what is it? Ascensions? Angel Ascensions Tarot? Angelic Ascensions. But this was back in my earlier awakening. And a lot of the stuff now that I read and have evolved over the last year and a half, a lot of the stuff, I mean, she's very gifted. But I don't like the collective reads because it kind of touches more on who's doing what to you and da 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 da. And I don't like being in that mindset of like wondering who's gonna backstab me, what so and so's doing, when this motherfucker coming back around. I don't care. I don't care if you're coming back around. I know what I care about is where the hell I'm going and how I can be a gift to humanity. How can I ascend through my own darkness and my unconscious to help other people see the light within their own self, or to start recognizing synchronicities. Really fun fact, I went in to cash a check. Well, it has my married last name on it. Since I opened my bank account at Wells Fargo, I ended up, I got married. And I never changed my last name on my bank account. So I had to take my marriage certificate and my social security card in there. And as we're in there, I had to wait for a banker, and he walks up, and let me tell you about a set of Pleiadian eyes if I ever seen them. The most crystal clear, and I'm talking, it was a blue-gray, just the most captivating eyes on this man. And I looked at his eyes, and I was like, okay. I sat down, and he's like, so what do you do? And I was like, oh, I'm a general contractor. I build houses for a living. And I said, I need to actually set up a business account. My actual construction business is called Angel Dynasty Master Builder LLC. So I told him I need to set up a business account too, but that was going to take too much time. And we were taking the kids to the zoo on Friday. So I was like, okay, well, we'll just, do that. Well, as I'm sitting there, I could feel it coming on spirit. You know what I mean? And he's like, whoa, I really like your tattoos. Thanks. And I was like, well, thanks. He goes, well, what is it? And I said, well, it's it's stargates and other continents and star systems that I have incarnated on, different universes, and it's basically I guess you could call it a map to that I was guided to draw. And I drew it, knowing I specifically wanted a tattoo for my arm. And that was what I drew, sitting in the car waiting for my husband at the VA to go do his counseling. So I didn't really know what it was until I put it on my arm after. And then, I started to figure out some of this stuff. But he's like, on other lives? Like, past lives? I said, yeah, have you ever heard of a past life? He goes, well, I've never really entertained the thought. Tell me more. And as soon as I opened up to him, and I just kind of started telling him, I said, can I just tell you, I said, we come here seated, and I went through the whole spiel of, very, not overwhelming him, of course, but that we come here to raise the consciousness of this planet, and that we come from advanced civilizations, right? We come from advanced civilizations, and we just come back to remember and to raise the vibration. Well, as we're talking, I told him about his eyes, and I knew he was Pleiadian, abso-freaking-lutely, and I started tapping into him, like, okay, well, I don't really like reading about people if I don't ask them their permission, but when my guides nudged me to say something, and I was like, well, I know that you lost somebody very significant, over the last few years, and I really feel like, if you don't mind me saying, and he goes, yeah, and I said, well, your uncle says that he does love you, and, is telling me about your guys' family tie, and that it was a freak accident. And he goes, what? And I was like, well, I'm actually you could say a psychic medium. I actually think I said that before I told him about the tattoo, and he was like, okay, you know what I mean? And then I don't care, people scoff all the time, but when they have the experience, they're like, oh shit, that just really happened. And it makes people curious, and that's what we came down here to do, is be curious. So I was talking to him about his uncle. He had fallen off the roof and had a tragic accident. And actually, his family and his dad's family, actually his stepdad's family, his uncle's family started marrying into his mom's family, right? and it's nothing bad or anything, but they're not the same blood, but they started marrying back in, and then my spirit guides were showing me how they're making that bloodline stronger genetically for higher upgrades within the DNA system for the kids that are going to incarnate through that lineage to come. So those ones that are passing away, or the uncle's going to come back within that. But they're very. He was Hispanic, and he was just blown away. And I said, I know you work at a bank and you see numbers all the time. We were talking about 222 and having these experiences. And he's like, yeah, I actually do. And I said, well, now that you've transcended from, your feelings of lack and being misunderstood and probably an outcast in your family, he goes, you're really blowing my mind right now, and I didn't want to weird him out, and I didn't. He was just like this, and just so interested, because there's so many people that don't know about what we're dabbling into. It's so foreign to them, and it's so interesting. And all it takes is just a little spark, and that seed that Spirit planted with him that day. And he's like, well, I can't wait to see you again. And we were talking about, I am the only female general contractor in this entire county that I live in, and Elmore County is one of the biggest counties in Idaho. So he's like, that's so crazy. I gotta talk to a psychic medium, and the first female to own her own contraction business here. And it was just really neat, you know what I mean? And we shook hands, and I went about my way. And he's like, I said, well, he keeps waking up at the same time every night. And I said, well, that, because that's when the uncle came through. I said, well, pay attention to that, because, your uncle's trying to send you a message. So when you see the number, look it up. And he goes, now that I think about it, I do see the 222 a lot. I said, well, I know you see numbers, but these are going to be specific. You might even hear like a ring of a doorbell, or when your watch goes off, when you pick up your phone, or you hear it ding, ding, or like, because your spirit guides are going to get your messages probably in threes in the beginning, like, ba-da, 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 and then you're like, what the hell? Who's fucking calling me, man? And then you don't even look at the number, because the emotions of like, man, I'm trying to get shit done, motherfucker's trying to call me when I'm trying to do my work, fuck. Only when I'm trying to work, they fucking call, right? He's gonna pick it up when he hears it go off, like, who's blowing my stuff up? And it could just be like Temu, if any of you order from Temu, how they're like, shit's still waiting in your cart. My spirit guides do that all the time. So what I'm saying, I guess, is I wanted to share something very beautiful with you guys that, I got to experience and see him light up. To see this man light up and just in curiosity, like I seen his soul come through his eyes. And it was, if I was the one that came to help him remember just that little bit, just that little seed, man, just watch what Spirit will do. Watch how many more people that are awakened will infiltrate, or ads, or on YouTube, and shit that will show up. It'll be absolutely amazing. And you guys all have these same abilities, exact same abilities. You have a mouthpiece. You guys can all talk. You guys can all experience things, right? Because we're forever and infinite and everlasting. And we are forever going to be here spreading the messages of light. You can't shut down the light, man. There's always going to be somebody in the most oddest places, like, right, in the bank. It was busy. It was Friday. I was in a hurry, and then Spirit just has me there sitting in a full-blown freaking banking spirit session. I think that's funny. Bottom of the deck, 666. Bonjour, bonjour. Good day, matey. Yeah, it's pretty cool, Wes. I'm sure you experienced those things a lot. Being a psychic medium yourself, and you have some pretty unique gifts. I love your channel, and I could just imagine you in waking life. Or I'm gonna be honest with you, I even had foresight when I was watching your show once, or your channel. By the way, for all of you who don't know, the Galactic Lion 1 is Wes has his own show, and that's that reader I keep telling you guys about. It's really, if you feel guided, go. But I actually envisioned myself, and we were in a bar having a drink after work, and I had ran into you, and we had this collaboration in this. It was just a short daydream, but I was watching you sit at your table and kind of sit like that when I have a beer. Granted, I haven't got to have a beer in quite some time, but it was just, that's the way my spirit showed me kindred souls, as I just have two crows go over the top of my shed. So it's just interesting, but I know you probably do that stuff all the time. 1313, probably a lot of you do know things. Probably a lot of you are actually consultants for other people that ask questions. Might not be as big in the spiritual aspect. But you guys just already have a knowing, you know, of guiding, especially if it has to do with like social emotional skills or somebody's going through something, probably guiding them to reflect back on their innards and their heart space. I know my collective, I know you guys all are consciously aware when it comes to shifting through your own stuff, and the fact that you're looking at yours, it helps you to help. Sometimes when you're helping people, when you're going through it too, it kind of takes the focus off of trying to execute it so in such a specific way. Spirit's going to let that way happen, and sometimes that is, you can help yourself by helping other people too, because sometimes it's hard to sit and look at our shit. You know, it does get overwhelming, and that's probably specifically why that card came out about asking for advice, you know, from other people or people that you know have. Doing stupid shit is where you get experiences, right? Failing is where you get experiences and wisdom. I've I'm a failure, but I am a wise failure. You know what I mean? I failed so much, but I got back up. I wouldn't even call it a failure. I had opportune possibilities and probabilities to have the biggest learning experiences of my life. And not knowing what I was doing at the time, yeah, drugs were all fun and games, you know, in the beginning. And then knowing now what I know, holy shit, that started my entire world. That I was telling you guys about how I had this near-death experience, right? Sorry, this is like Casey's story time instead of the oracle readings, right? But it's for a reason. And I know you guys don't mind listening to some of these stories. They're pretty unique. I had a near-death experience. I was working at Keystone RV, and I actually got hit in the stomach with lumber. And it hit me right here in the side of the stomach so hard that it hurt me really bad. I dropped to the ground, and I was like, "Ooh." Well, when I was in my mom's stomach, my kidneys never separated and went up in the gestational period. They stayed stuck together. So I have what's called renal kidney disease. It's called a horseshoe kidney. And some people, 1 in 500 people have it, but I ended up having it. Well, I'm a pretty tough son of a bitch, and my husband at the time, my ex-husband of 13 years, he was running the floors department where they put the chassis and the floors on, and then it came over and I built cabinets. I was the cab shop group leader, and I was trying to get all these tables done. I didn't have anybody building the bathroom sinks or the galleys, you know, so I was running both tables, and I was waiting for the heister driver to bring in a load of lumber. And anyways, I ended up getting hit in the stomach, and it dropped me to my knees so bad, and I thought maybe, you know, I just started my menstrual cycle or something, and my husband's like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "I can't breathe, I'll be back," you know, and I went to the bathroom and still was having a hard time breathing, and I came back to my table, and I was like, "Fuck, man, that motherfucker hurt," but you know, I've been bucked off and, you know, stepped on, and I was like, it'll be alright, it's just, you know, something. Well, I ended up working for like 5 more hours, the next 2 breaks, lunch, and then the break after that. My husband's like, "Are you okay?" Because I had a baby 8 months prior to that. So my stomach, you know, kind of how it is now, I kind of had the little mom pudge on there, but I noticed it started getting bigger. And I didn't know what the hell happened. And I was like, "That's really weird. It's bloating. Maybe," you know, and I started feeling really lightheaded. And then I was like, kept eating Tylenol. I was like, "Can you get me some more Tylenol from so-and-so on floors?" And he's like, "Casey, I think you should go in. There's something wrong." And I was like, "Well, we're almost out of work. I didn't want to lose my bonus because you get a $100 bonus if you show up every day at work on time." And I needed that. You know, I just had a baby. I just left, you know, the Marine Corps boot camp for juvenile felons, and I was a group lead. I just got my first pay raise, and we wanted to make money. We had an expensive house at the time. Well, he ends up, I finally went over there and I said, I can't walk. Like, I literally can't move. So we would go down to the production manager's office, and as soon as I got in there, I you know, sat on the chair, and I started just like trying to hold back my tears as hard as I could. And I was like, I hurt so bad I couldn't even sit down. And I ended up getting airlifed. I actually ruptured my kidneys completely in the middle, tore them completely apart. I popped a hole in my bladder. I lost like 2 quarts of blood within my own stomach in that time that I decided to continue to work. And that was an exit point for me. That was, I wasn't supposed to be here. I got airlife to OHSU, and I remember being in the helicopter and the airlife. And I never had anything like that happen. I never thought, you know, I was perfectly healthy. I've been fit. I mean, I've had some pretty bad, you know, getting bucked off of horses and some pretty bad accidents starting colts when I was younger, but nothing to that extreme. And I was in the helicopter, and he's like, "Just push the button if you," and I just kept pushing it because I was in so much pain, and I just had my baby. I had 3, that was my third child at that time. And I was still breastfeeding him, and I held the guy's hand in the back, and I said, "Am I going to die?" And I swear, to looking back now, like I see where that was my guardian angel right there, and he goes, not if we have anything to do with it. And I remember getting there, and they just kept giving me more blood, and they asked me, being in the military, obviously, I'm AB positive, so I knew my blood type, which made it a lot faster for them to give me blood transfusions. I ended up having like 4 reconstructive surgeries. I was in ICU for, I think, 2 weeks. I had to learn how to walk again. I didn't get to see my kids for that amount of time. I lost my job because I was 1 day prior to having FMLA at Keystone RV, so I lost my job, which meant my husband was working and our rent was like $1,400 a month. I had a car payment, and and I was stuck. I couldn't hold my babies, I couldn't walk, I couldn't do shit, and then that's how that pill addiction started with fentanyl. And what Spirit showed me when I was asking him about this, actually was epiphany. I asked them, I said, I know that was an exit point for me to die, and I know that I chose to stay, and I'll have it, I have 3 exit points in this lifetime that I've chosen that I can leave at specific times when I'm ready. I chose to stay. I couldn't leave my kids. For me, it was the kids that was the hardest part, because I didn't want my kids not to have a mom, and that was the only thing that kept me going. And I remember Jesus, when I was down, the way he came to me as Jesus, right? And he kept telling me, wake up, Casey, Casey, and he kept saying my name. And then finally I had woken up, but I was already drifting to the other side. I was having that afterlife review of if I wanted to stay or if I wanted to go. I decided to stay, and because I decided to stay, I had to unlock the next part of my karma, which was this terrible addiction to fentanyl, not knowing that it would lead to that through all the pain pills. But it did, and I beat that, and I'm here through all of that, through, so many different types of addictions, weed, marijuana, I've never touched heroin or anything like that, but smoking fentanyl was probably the absolute worst thing, the prison that I was in, and I just couldn't free myself for the longest time. I just couldn't until, I just called on God every day, please take this, I can't get up, I can't get moving without doing a pill. I had withdrawals so bad, I was shaky, I felt like shit. Even when I did finally smoke and get high, I didn't pay, I was always been a good mom, and that never got in front, and maybe emotionally I wasn't all there, because right, it shuts down the emotional side, but I was a good mom, the house was clean, all the things, but my heart space wasn't in it, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And that came out for some reason. I don't know why I decided to tell you guys that. I might not understand it right now, but no, we all have exit points to leave. We all have past lives. We all have things we're wondering and trying to figure out and then to unlock. And, it took me how many years? That was in February 11th of 2015 when that accident happened. Even I've been awake probably since 2019, as you were, 2020, August of 2020 is when I had my awakening. I didn't know shit about any of this, honestly. And all of this that I've learned in this 4 years, well, almost 5 years coming up, is just like literally unfolded in front of my laps. It's been absolutely insane, the amount of knowledge and wisdom I've packed in, and it's the only reason is because I've asked Spirit, please come into my body, please, Holy Spirit, work within me, every fiber of my being, push me to the side, my linear part, small part of my brain, allow me to be in the essence of my own divine self, show me what I am on the soul level, let me feel it. If you can't tell me, let me feel it, let me experience it, show me the signs. And I made it, I lived, I chose to stay here even through all of that shit, and my soul knew I would do that, and I knew I had the courage to make it through it, that Spirit knew I'd be sitting right here talking to you guys about addiction, about, continuing to move forward. I lost my grandma, I held her hand when she died, and we all lose grandparents, and, for some people might just think, but that was like a mom to me, I lost so many friends, like 12 people out of my senior class actually have passed away in car accidents. I found one of our friends hanging on the back porch, and, I would have been there and I could have saved him, in that space of the grief part, but I didn't want to go there. He was kind of like I wouldn't say special needs, but he he ended up hanging himself because, you know, he felt unloved. And I was supposed to be on my way there, and he loved my time and my attention because we would play dice and hang out, and, you know. But I was hanging out with my oldest son's dad at the time, and we didn't want to go there right away because we didn't want him to be doing dope. Well, we were doing dope, and we didn't want him to smoke anymore because that's why he was acting up, because he wasn't, you know, some people can't handle their shit. And so we're like, well, let's just finish smoking. You know, we just re-upped and got some stuff. We were like, we'll just finish smoking, and then we'll fucking head over. And because we had an addiction and we wanted to smoke and not be smoking while we were there, he ended up passing away. We walked on the back porch, and I actually ran into his body hanging and hit right off of it. And for a long time, that really killed me, you know. But we all have exit points, and when we can remember that, it's for a specific reason. It's what we do while we're here that matters. This really seems to be a talk about, you know, realizing our importance here, realizing the potentials we have to help others change their perspective and to look at things with a new perspective just by sharing ours. It doesn't have to look like ours, but we can help them rise that vibration that they're in by just being loving and holding space. When you love somebody, they don't expect them to be where you're at, but you can guide them and allow spirit, ask spirit, pray for them, you know, help this guy out, you know. I don't know what your plans are, but I just send a, you know, big old energetic hug and love around this person. And people might commit suicide all the time, you know. Military is 22 a day, people wanting to check out, because I think on a soul level, people do remember the light. And I think it is a very dense, heavy planet here. I mean, we plummet through so much darkness to get here. It's weighty. We're not even in a quarter of our true essence of ourself here. It's it can tear you down, and that's why we're here. It's to fight that darkness in the aspect that it's taken over its fair share, and it's time for us to see the light back in too. You know, we've got to have a balance, and those of us that can rise from the ashes, we're here to bring that. We are the new wave of light. We are our ancestors back again, man. Love you too, Wes. Good night. Taylor, he's pretty awesome, huh? If you watch him, Wes is the bee's knees. Number 1313. Starting fresh. Step out of your comfort zone. You are about to create something meaningful. All your skills and talents will bring you auspicious profits. Build up your confidence and trust your decisions. Which also could be a 44, and 44 really doesn't go down because it's an ascended master. Be 44 and an 8. For those of you interested in the numerology. Speaking of 8, we have 888 right here. All that is good and pleasant. Personal power. All that is good and pleasant in your life will multiply. Angels are sending the number to reassure you of your prosperity and well-being ahead. Your surroundings will treat you with admiration and respect. Use it for the greater good. Guys, how many times do we get this on this channel? So many times. We've got 0404. Slow down. Pay close attention to the people in your life, your surroundings, and take your physical health. Don't freak out. It's just a warning to be careful and awake to avoid any further issues. Communicate clearly and keep healthy boundaries. And when I was reading that part about an illness, you know, I did hear the word malignant again when I was channeling, but I didn't feel like it came through strong enough to write it down. So for any of those of you that have, you know, my great-grandpa is passing away, you know, here any day now. From cancer that's just riddled everything in his entire body, and I know a lot of us are going to be losing people here. It's time for them to go so that they can do their life review and come back and incarnate, right? So while they're gone taking care of stuff on that side, it's important that we're taking care of stuff here on this side for us, for the highest good of all spirit, for the highest good of all, for the collective. Yes, trust your intuition. They are coming back. Look at that big, healthy, sturdy tree. We are the roots of the tree. We are seated so deeply in this earth. Look at those healthy branches in that full lush tree. We're going to continue that growth. That tree's been going for a long time. Past life, we reunite with our loved ones over and over in different lives. Man, you can't make that stuff up. And I channeled that message. What did it say? Divinely orchestrated. Specks of light, everlasting memories. And then from the loved ones we had, see you on the other side. You have always sparkled in my eyes. Goodbye is only for now, not forever. 11:11. Make a wish. I feel like some of you are about to lose somebody is actually going to have this person become one of your guides. They probably are a very powerful soul, and some of us get called back home, and you get new guides as you start unlocking and getting rid of old stuff, or you have a new job that you need that kind of intuitive wisdom that they're a master of, that come into your life and help you for specific reasons. So you won't stay with your same guides your entire lifetime. We will get new guides. Some of them will, some of them won't. Our guardian angels, the one we come in here with, they stay the entire lifetime from what I know at this point. I'm not saying that I know everything, but that is a little bit of enlightenment for some of you. And my right ear just went completely deaf. Look at the trees, man. Look at that. With enlightenment, there is no separation. We realize that we are one with the divine. We are all one. Breaking through the illusion, avoid the trap of mistaking fantasy for a real soul connection. And for some of you, I think it's easy for us to get caught in illusions of a lot of things. And as you do awaken, it is good to use discernment on the path of those that you are entangled with. Not everybody's meant to stay in your life. We are linked by the Creator, absolutely, but others have made their free will and free choice to do and be certain things. What that deciphers whether they're on your path still or not, whether you incarnated with them and had a soul plan to execute certain things in this lifetime. They could have taken a drastic turn and maybe might not catch up. So we don't wait for people. I want to let you guys know that that's absolutely not anything that we do here. We move on, we hold space, we love, we let go, we forgive, we ask for the wisdom and the grace to recognize. It's not our business really why certain people don't catch up or they don't come and we lose them, or it just might not be. Your timelines could have taken you in two different directions. They could have choices. Each choice you make every day deciphers the direction of which you're going in your trajectory, and the choices that somebody else, you guys could have had this, but maybe you guys have made enough choices to where it's an alternate timeline now, and that's not something that's going to happen. It could be looking very different for some reason, especially if you're spiritually advancing along your past by letting go of grief, loss, regret, recognizing childhood traumas that are within you, spite in others, jealousy. For a lot of people that I feel like collectively that watch me, it really is just letting go of. It's sad to leave people behind because we're so empathetic and we love people so much and we want to watch them grow. We want it for them. And it's hard. It's hard to think, well, what if they don't? And some people chose not to wake up. Some people have done enough in past lifetimes where that's not in their plans this time. We have to realize and understand that we're not going to get everybody, not this lifetime, but the divine is working through us, and that's the most important part, is that if we allow ourselves to be a vessel for that Christ consciousness, for the universal energy, man, my right ear is just like ringing so high-pitched. If we allow ourselves to work with the universal energy and to be a vessel to hold that intelligence and that light, that frequency, just like me speaking, I'm allowing Spirit to come through and deliver messages for those that need it most. This isn't my opinions. This isn't me. Yeah, it's me speaking, but I had no idea what I'd even talk about before I sat down, and then it just flows out. But I have the trust in the universe. You all have that. So we just have to trust the process, of enlightenment. I watched a really, really another good show. I'll have to tag you guys in it. Archangels, for the highest good of the collective, messages we need most. And the Archangel Michael card. For the highest good of the collective. The sun. A lot of you could be seeing 10-10 nearing the end of a cycle, or 11. 11s could be really big for some of you. The Six of Michael. Here he is again with those rays of light. It's like the boat, he literally lifted the boat out of all the turbulence. Oh, there's a dog in the boat. I never noticed that. It looks like Lassie. That could definitely mean something for somebody. Look close. That dog in there. See how he's got that boat up out of that water right before it hits that rock? It's like you're being spared and so guided that when you let Jesus take the wheel, right? Or you let, the higher trust. If you trust, everything else follows. You don't have to think about what Spirit's going to do. Spirit already knows. It's if you're obedient to listen and to put yourself within the mold of that frequency and of the Creator, right? It's the light at the end of the tunnel. Breathe a sigh of relief and make new plans. Relocation or travel. Excuse me. What time is it? 7:10. Queen of Raphael. Kind, understanding, giving, and psychic. Very high frequency. Green, representing moving from the heart chakra. Some of you carry a very specific frequency from, and it's saying yes as I'm looking at that, from a past life that's stated here as it's 44. What is it with the pyramids? Slowing down to reunite. Follow your heart. A love of home and family. Trustworthy psychic information. My guides are telling me to take a closer look. The trident in the book. Wisdom. Wisdom comes from the heart space. Number 19, the sun. Archangel Uriel. Life is wonderful. Thrive through the power of positive thinking and inspiring success. Just a wee little boy on his horse riding off into the sunset. Thank you, Spirit guides. Let's get some positive affirmations for the collective, some things that we can work on to say, that we should be recognizing within ourselves, that Spirit wants us to know for the highest good of the collective. 8888. I heard passcode. Then I heard do not pass go. Forgiveness is bringing freedom for somebody. Healing myself heals my lineage. Guys, come on. Look at the tree. What did we talk about? Hey, Melissa. Healing myself heals my lineage. We're talking about spirit guides wanting to come through and talk, right? We're talking about passed on loved ones coming through. The world is blessed to have you. I feel like that needs to go on the sun card, number 19. Look at that sun. You are the sun. I heard you are my sunshine, my only sunshine. Forgiveness, which creates the butterfly effect, right? The transformation. The butterfly effect, that was a good movie. Somebody needs to watch that, or there's a message in there for somebody. Forgiveness brings freedom of that transformation, breaking the chains. I told you guys about that book, It Came to Set the Captives Free. I don't know if any of you checked that out. You are worthy. You are worthy. Look at all of that emotional intelligence. You are worthy. That right ear. See this from a higher perspective. Another sun. I think something at sunset is going to happen within the next 3 days for somebody. Something at a time of sunset for wherever you are at. Okay, bottom of the deck. Where there is a will, there is a way. Follow the yellow brick road. Where do we want to go? Divine Masters. We got Joan of Arc on the bottom. Sacred Activist. We are the sunshine, all of us here. That's right, Taylor. You make me happy when shoes are beautiful and gray. I think you meant to say skies. For the highest good of all. You guys know when it's cloudy outside and you see like those rays of sunshine poke down through it? Maybe it was like stormy. You guys like ever imagine like how it's depicted to us, right? Like a legion of angels walking out onto those clouds. I always do. I'm just like, I stare and I just wait. I'm like, I know you guys are going to pop out anytime now. I still have that childlike faith, like that super huge imagination of the wonders of this world and the love bestowed upon all of us. My little girl put those butterflies up with me. A butterfly. She calls them her honeys. She'll chase them through the yard. Honey, honey. She calls them honey. My honeys are here, Mom. I think it's so cute. See, and that's this you pointing out those butterflies. It's all synchronistic, right? Even the backdrop to the lights to all of it. It's all there for somebody. Throwing stuff. Oh my gosh. As we're talking about ancient civilizations and advanced technology. The Atlanteans, evolution, vibration, legacy, back to the tree, technology, progress, expect, acceleration. Oh, and I am grateful for the expectation of having just a hope. I'm so grateful just to be able to be sitting here and doing this and to be delving into this in this time in our world, like seriously, and having you guys, like-minded souls that are sitting here and are just as interested in whatever I pull out. Like, if I am not on here with you guys, I do it for myself, you know, and I'll sit here and just delve into spirit and all of the things by myself. But I don't have to be by myself anymore because I have you guys, you know. So awesome. I've never pulled this card from this deck. I actually got this deck 2 days after I started reading on here. I had my channel since last January, but I didn't start reading. I think it was in March 6th, guys. Is that right? March or April? It was April 6th. The Atlanteans, number 24, another 6. Dude, I'm telling you, something about June is going to be very important for the collective. I keep feeling that June. I'm hearing June bug. The Atlanteans. Legend has it that Atlantis was advanced civilization that existed thousands of years ago in the center of the Atlantic Ocean. Its people were highly evolved and had many spiritual gifts. They were telepathic, psychic, and known for their ability to combine the laws of science and nature with spirituality to develop a technology and create heaven on earth. But somewhere along the way, many of them stopped respecting their gifts and spiritual connection. This caused a great cataclysm that brought their civilization to an end. The Atlantis of this card are those who continue to live with spiritual integrity and awareness. When Atlantis came to an end, many of the beings ascended beyond the physical dimension and now act as a congregation of evolved souls who, like angels, work with those who are following the spiritual path and want to leave a legacy of light. Your message. You are a future thinker who will leave a legacy of healing and light. That's a great mantra. We are a future thinker who will leave a legacy of light, healing, and light. Think beyond boundaries and keep your future and the future of your close ones in mind when it comes to making decisions. Atlantean energy is here to help you align your pathway with one that supports the evolution of your soul and your family lineage. This is a time of transcending old ways of being and old patterns. So it might not always be easy to navigate, but it will be worth it in the long run. Ideas, creativity, and new technological concepts are all around you now. When it comes to forging new pathways, think of the future. Cut out any long-winded approaches and streamline everything you are doing. This is a time of evolution, and so there's a good chance of resistance from old energies and the ego. If you feel challenged to encounter growing pains, know that you are on the right track. Persevere. Growing pains, that is such a good way to look at it. This, my right ear, I'm telling you right now, and as I'm looking out the window, I can literally see the clouds parting with so much sun rays coming through them. Okay. Let's get a spirit animal till the next read. You wanted to pop out. The jaguar, growth. Maturity is the ability to embrace change, and change cannot happen without death. This death does not necessarily mean physical death, but could be the ending of a relationship, a situation, or simply your decision to not continue with the same old habits. The jaguar. The enlightenment. Spirit animal for the collective. The beaver, balance. You are being told that hard work is important, but so is quality time with your loved ones. The balance between work, play, family, and career must be maintained for overall wholeness and success. Man, what time is it? 7:21. The cougar, leadership. You have come into your own power. Now is the time to take the lead of a situation and be strong. Using the power of intentions. Be clear with your purpose and define where you are heading. Really promise I can read, guys. Jaguar came out again, I shit you not. Maturity is the ability to embrace change. A change cannot happen without death. This death does not necessarily mean physical death, but could be the ending of a relationship, a situation, or simply your decision to not continue with the same old habits. Cougar and the jaguar. We got the tiger out here too. We got the whole damn cat family. Tiger, patience. You are being reminded that persistence is what is necessary to attain your goals. You need to be patient and trust that the universe will help you through your challenges in divine timing. Success is guaranteed. Got the tiger, the cougar, and the jaguar. I heard bottom of the deck. The hummingbird. Lightness. It is time for you to pursue your dreams with determination. By doing this, you will make them a reality. Joy is around the corner, but you have to believe that it is possible to manifest your visions. Stop waiting and stop doubting. Alright, can I get a moon's card for the collective for the shift? Actually, you guys want to do an angel answer card? You want to think of a question that you have on your mind and heart most? Man, that deafening, such a high frequency in my right ear. What? Workshop and seminars. Spirit's like trying to tell me something and I don't know. Oh, I see. I see. I don't know why I pull from this tiny deck. I don't know why I never pull from this deck. What, Spirit? What's up? This just might mean something for somebody. The Rider. And the Key. That's for somebody. The rider and the key. But when I heard the rider, it made me think of like a Harley or a bike for some reason. I also hear Night Rider. Heard Nighthawk, bottom of the deck. The cloud. With the seagull. The cloud. Huh. Okay. You guys want to think of a message for the highest good of all? Huh. I don't know what it is about this next full moon. Next full moon. I wonder when the next full moon is. Oh, moon's deck. The Ten of Raphael. Love and blessings fill your life. Harmonious relationships with family members. Happily ever after. Seeing this sign they usually have on the medical bottles and stuff, the pharmacy right here in the back. That tells me there's going to be a healing within the family dynamic. Okay, think of a question for the highest good of yourself, for your situation, anything that you're thinking of right now, and I will pull an angel answer card for the highest good of the collective. Holy Spirit, allow only truths to come through for those that need it the most. Alright, here we go. Two. This could be, I've never had two pop out at the same time. First one, communicate clearly. And romance. Feeling of a relationship. I seen that same kundalini at the bottom of whatever they're holding. Communicate clearly in romance. Have faith in your dreams. Alright. Can I get a moon's card for a very important time for those that need it most to be on the lookout for? A lot of people, well, I'm Cancerian, so we're ruled by the moon. The moon came up to me and then they were showing, I looked at the moon during the day today and it was absolutely beautiful. Can't see it now because it got pretty cloudy, but here we go. Moons for the highest timeline for the collective, the shift, or I heard fortune coming. Can you expect this? That was weird. My crown chakra is just like itching like crazy. I feel like Spirit's trying to tell me something. I cannot pick up on it fully. My ear's ringing. That card just wanted to stick up. 727. What is it, Spirit, for the collective highest good? And that fell out on the romance. That maybe that might be your question. You are good enough. Full moon in Virgo. You could be a Virgo asking this question. I feel like also saying when you move from a genuine heart space, that is when you'll start to receive the messages that you need most. Your dreams need a practical plan for some. Alright, number to be on the lookout for. 0330. Again, 0303. Whoa, that was 0330 and 0303. And 1234. Santa, he knows my name. Alright, well, we'll grab one message from the universe while we're on here. Looks like you're wanting to come out. Goodness, I overcome my imperfections, polish my character, and feed on the positivity. Thus I free myself, allow my goodness to manifest, and become a source of joy. Through gentleness, I offer unconditional support, understanding, and love to myself and others. Heart chakra. I was just talking about working from the heart. Any other messages? We've got in God's hands, guidance, success, and joy. My trust in life is implicit. God's greater knowing and greatest love guide my heart and my choices. My faith is steady, and I remain true to my light. Everything unfolds according to God's will. Guidance. In times of uncertainty, I ask God to guide me to the light in my being. I am directed to doors that will open inner freedom to me and step forward in trust. I release my fate to God, and my faith is rewarded. I heard success before joy. I grow and thrive in the universe. I discover the purity of my heart and the higher wisdom that guides me towards victory. I direct my thoughts towards clarity, nurture, and wisdom, love, and goodness within me. I am free now, and I succeed in my life. Lots of solar plexus chakra and sacral chakra out here. Joy. Like a child, I discover joy in the simplicity of life. Happiness lies in magical moments, not in the material. Even the smallest joy is the greatest source of light. Well, amen to that. Alright, guys. Guys. Is my guide on here? That's so funny. Next full moon, 23rd of June. The next full moon. You are good enough full moon in Virgo is what I said, and I asked the next full moon is 22nd, 23rd, 622, 623. Those might be significant angel numbers for somebody to look up. To know you is to know myself. Dang, woman, it's like you're talking to me, Morgan says. Well, I think it's the universe talking to you through me. I feel like you guys are really... It's like at a very steady pace that you guys are inheriting these breakthroughs within your subconscious mind and bringing to the forefront the things that your heart's trying to show you most. I really feel like the signs and synchronicities have been a lot more obvious to a lot of you that are on here, and you guys are able to really start asking the bigger questions in life. What does this mean? What am I here for? Why did I encounter this? I tell you guys, 90% of what you struggle with most in your life is what you're here to transcend from. Transcend means to grow from, to learn, to understand, to understand. When you figure out why you went through that and how to heal it, really a lot of it is why we have a hard time healing things is our inability to let it go and change our perspective and the way we looked at it. It didn't happen to me, it happened for me. I didn't realize that the drugs, what do you mean it happened for me? That was horse shit. It was bullshit, right? This place is a prison on planet bullshit. But it put me in a specific place. I feel happy. I feel guided. I feel like the more I talk to you guys that I have this divine connection, even with my own self, and understanding why I went through. I'm starting to look at it with a different lens now. Sometimes it takes other people to help us heal on our path. Other people that our journey might not look the same as somebody else's, but the fact that we are going through it at the same time, it might be completely different scenarios, but look, we're on this channel together talking. So you can't tell me that that's not divine, that we're finding healing through each other and sharing aspects of our life with one another. Alright. I love you guys. I'm going to get off here and go eat some chow. Hi, Allie. I love you, girl. Is that my Allie? I'm going to close this read down. If you guys are interested, I do personal readings. You can get a hold of me through Angel Dynasty, the number 33 at gmail.com. They are personal videos that are about an hour long. I have about 6 more reads to finish. They've come in at a pretty steady pace. I did take about 4 days off of doing really anything or any personal reads for personal reasons. You guys deserve the very best of me, and I want to be able to give that to you energetically and be the best channel that I can be for you. Tomorrow I'll spend the morning or afternoon definitely getting some more reads done. For those of you who have your reads coming, most likely either tomorrow afternoon or the very next morning, depending on how long YouTube takes to upload, I will have those out. If you guys feel like donating to the channel, I have my Cash App and PayPal in there. It is not necessary, but I have received some very great donations that I'm super grateful for. You guys have no idea. I got a new tripod coming. I'm trying to set up some different lights in here and try to help the channel expand in different areas, and all that goes to that. So I just want to thank you guys all for being a support and a part of my journey, and I wish you guys the very best. Do the work, say your mantras and the positive affirmations. Don't forget to use your heart space, go within, and work on those bits of you that you're ready to release. Say the mantra. I'm ready to release these things that no longer positively serve me. I am protected on my journey. I am willing to take the steps that I need to transcend through my pain and trauma, or letting go. We really hit on loved ones, passed on loved ones, and people that might be grieving at this time, a loss, or who are in the midst of it. And I know that that definitely hits home for my scenario, and not so much for me. It's not that I'm not sad, but I know that for my husband it will be a lot harder for him losing his grandpa, without a doubt. So being a solid foundation for him in that aspect, and helping him look at it with a different perspective, that, going home to the most beautiful place ever, going home to the light, you got to go back to your soul family, man, the knowing, dying is not, to me, it's not scary, I want to finish my mission here, but at 89 years old, I think I would definitely be ready to let go, and, I had a good life, and I'd be ready for that. No, but yes. I feel so drawn to you and look forward to more readings. Oh, thank you, Ellie Cole. I actually thought you were my daughter-in-law in here. Soon to be daughter-in-law. From the few I've got to be a part of, your stories are so similar and amazing. Please keep it up. Good night, Essie. I love you. Thank you, Allie. No, but yes, that's very cute. And I'm really glad that the universe guided you and I and the rest of our soul tribe that's in here together. Wade, good night. Morgan, Tay-Tay, Allie, Essie. I love all of you guys. Thank you so much for being a part of my life and a part of my life. I'm glad I was able to get on here. Tomorrow I'm going to try to do another live. It seems like this time probably worked out pretty good for you guys. I hope so. There's a lot more in here. I don't think I've ever had 12 in the chat at one time, and that I actually think I've seen it up to 14 tonight. So we are growing, and that is exciting. All right. Holy Spirit, Holy Angels of the highest bright light, I just want to thank you for joining us in this collective message. Archangel Michael, I ask that you would close out any portals or energetic gateways, and sever any ties, cords that may have attached themselves to myself, auric field, or that of my listeners. I demand, declare, and decree that no weapons formed against us shall prosper, for we are part of the light army, chosen and stand firm in our abilities to awaken and to remember. So mote it be. I send back any love that does not, I send back any energy that does not belong to me to its original place with love and light. I pull back my energy and my power with love and light and sever any cords and ties. Thank you so much. Sacred prayer. De shokote ape na na ne yekerete tu de shekatare pape. De manana na yekerete tu de shekotara papa yana yekerete asha te ya te ya te ya. Ya te kruto pa ye shikirete opaya nanana ye shikirete te apaya. Astra ke drotus shikere apate manana na ye kirete te pa ye shikitea. Papa ye kete shopoye. So mote it be. I love you guys. I'm outie. Um, Feel free to email me too, even if you just don't want a personal read, and if you're going through a hard time or looking for some sort of spiritual counsel. Like I said, I don't mind being an ear for you guys, and I love you guys' stories and listening to you. I do ask that you guys would continue to work with your guides and really focus on positive mantras. I'm grateful for, and really just send out the gratitudes, because that actually helps raise your frequency. Turn on some music, dance a little, have a good time. Remember to have fun and get out. You got a good message today from Spirit. Probably go seek. I know Wes has a readout that I'm about to go watch soon as I get off here for sure. So that's kind of what I look forward to, and that's kind of, I like to listen to his videos when I'm getting ready to wind down to go to sleep, because he does this little pendulum thing, and I like sending him. He actually heals and transmutes energies, so I always send him any energies of fears or anxiety that I may hold about the future, and I also send him a bunch of love too. So enjoy your message. I'll talk to you guys later. Be on here tomorrow evening, probably around the same time, most likely. I got a big day tomorrow. I'm setting some concrete posts, and then finishing up my ledger boards on my picket cedar fence in the backyard. So I'll try to bust that out while it's cool in the morning. A lot of the times it's hard for me to get out here because I have a 7-month-old baby and a 2-year-old. Well, actually, I have 7 kids that live in the house, but my older 3 are at their father's, older 4, and then our older son is actually in Oregon having a good time with his aunt. So we just have the 2 15-year-old girls here and the 2 little girls. So it's a house full, but the baby right now, I'm trying to wean her off of breastfeeding, and she's pretty attached to me. So anybody that has her while I'm out here doing this, she just bawls and cries for. So it's that mama energy. Alright, guys. I love you. I'm out of here. Oh, sitting too long. Take care.